My name is Rotana. Let's begin.
Home. Home is not where you were born. Home is where all your attempts to escape cease.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. When I was 8 years old, I masturbated in my little sister's pink and orange room to the makeout scene in Aladdin, and it felt so good, and I felt so bad. And ever since then, I've moved through this life as some iteration or another of that little girl doing things that feel so good, that are so bad. My name is Rotana. I'm from Saudi Arabia. Truly one of the most beautiful, generous, kind, and rich corners of the earth, yet a kingdom of contradictions, to say the least. I was born and raised there, graduated from college quite early and started working at a company called Saudi Aramco, the largest oil company in the world, fully owned by the Saudi government. I'm a storyteller, so I told stories. That's what I did. Even with something as dense as oil, I told a story and it was stunning. And so I was on this executive management track as a kid out of college. I was everything a good Saudi girl should be for her family, for her God, for her society, and I felt incredibly depressed. I was at home and so lost. And when I went into my depression, it was the first time in my entire life where I'd even thought to look inwards for an answer. And my insides were like, oh, hey, Ro, nice of you to finally come and stop by. You're depressed because you have no idea what you believe about God, religion, sex, death, my rights as an individual, my rights as a woman. I knew the system. I knew what I was supposed to believe, but I didn't have an opinion. I also realized, finally looking inwards, that I really wanted to sing and write and perform. I wanted to move with people. I wanted to move for people. I wanted to move people. And the truth is, I've always known that. I just never really let it move from the realm of something that was a dream into something that was possible, because where I came from, it wasn't. But here we are anyways, and I make pop music. Sexy, mature, innocent, angsty pop music. I'm deeply connected to my sensuality as a woman, and I steer my body and sexuality in ways that are labeled disgusting, bold, beautiful, protest, too much. And you put all of these facts together, and isn't that such a beautiful story with all of the right contradictions, all of the right tension points? Saudi girl in Trump's America. Female, empowerment, immigrant, rebel, Muslim. I have all the hashtags. And I'm kind of making fun of it. It is funny, but I'm not belittling the constraints. I did grow up in one of the most conservative societies in the world where I come from. We are still asking permission from the male species to perform some of the most fundamental human functions. I'll never forget the weeks of begging, because it was weeks and it was begging that it took to allow for my father to allow me to come here and move to the States and pursue music. And he said, "Lish ya Rotana," which means why Rotana in Arabic. "Haddi'i ya Rotana," you're gonna get lost. You'll be stuck in between two worlds. Rotana, don't you dare dance the way that I've seen you dance in your room. You'll get us in trouble. Rotana, you're gonna worry your mother's sick. Lish ya Rotana, why Rotana? And then he said, "Khalas ruhi," which is just this way of just saying, just fucking go. I don't want to see it. My father is allowing me to be the artist that you see before you here today. He has no idea what I'm about to say to you guys next, but it's okay. He let me come here and make this art. He is a revolution to me, because that is more than what most women where I come from can say just yet. I love you, Baba. And even though I grew up with a liberal father and liberal parents, I went to Saudi schools and I studied a very strict curriculum, a very religious curriculum growing up. And I had a family member that truly believed that they were a prophet. So the need for my identity to be so closely intertwined with God was huge. And you're a kid, you just want to belong, right? So I'm at school, so I tried with everything I could to become the system. I memorized the Holy Book, I studied 5 religion topics daily, I learned how to keep my posture upright, a perfect rectangle, because curves and hips and ocean swings, that's the work of the devil, and I learned how not to ask too many questions. You see, where I come from, religion and culture are so deeply intertwined that most people don't know or understand the difference between the two. We don't know that there is a difference between the two. And so oftentimes, if you want to challenge societal norms, which was me all the time, it feels like you're challenging God. And we sure as hell didn't challenge God where I come from. You're responded to and you're punished like you are challenging God. So I suppressed my deep connection to my sexual nature. I know every single woman in this room understands that that is your center of creation and connection to the world. But it was still there, annoying as fuck, alive, and letting me know that it had a purpose, that it was a psychic mechanism not to be shunned, and I would always eventually lock the door, touch myself, and listen. And I am not sensationalizing this. For real. When I touched myself, I felt a sense of agency over myself. The erotic, even as a child, especially as a child, was the only place where it got quiet enough for me to hear my deepest longings and desires. 8,000 nerve endings teaching me an experience of self-reliance and purpose in my life. When I touched myself, I was the generator. I was locating myself as the source of power. I was wild and in control of my own body. I got to move however I wanted, go wherever I wanted. I decided how fast I ran. Nobody knew how to get to where I was going better than I did. That feeling that I would get when I was on my way, laser focused, yet totally out of body. It's the same feeling that I get when I'm on stage sharing something that I know is changing someone. This internal knowing hadn't materialized in my external world yet, but it was telling me something, and I was listening. Holy words written on my necklace like this. Should've turned it around so it don't have to see me like this. Oh my God, moving my hands in the silence of answering siren calls. Down with my touches, the ensemble like the dancer. Oh my God, my body shows me the way that I want it. All that I do is just listen. I know I listen just right. I could show you all of the ways that I want it. Yeah, I could lead you through it. Or I could just do it. Taking my time as I learn myself. Feeling around, knowing that my love never runs out. Oh my God, I'm making love to my shadow, working my angles. Oh, down with my touches, the ensemble like a dancer. Oh my God, my body shows me the way that I want it. All that I do is just listen. I know I listen just right. I could show you all of the ways that I want it. Yeah, I could lead you through it, or I could just do it. So I did it. I moved to LA. Thank you so much. I moved to LA. Never written a damn song in my entire life or had any type of training. But I left everything that I knew because I knew that meditative feeling in my body was telling me that I could feel that with music too. If the people on the right could please be here with me. Hey guys over there. Hello? Can I have you with us, please? Thank you. My body was telling me that meditative feeling I could get with music too. And so I listened to it. And so I get here to the States, right? And it's like, okay, yalla, Rotana, express yourself. Let's do this. And it was a fucking mind fuck. I was paralyzed. It was the first time in my entire life where I was coming up against all of these years of social programming. I wanted to do so many things for the first time and lose so many things for the first time. Everything that I wanted to do was forbidden. But that was just me. I still want to host this web series called Fucked and Blessed, where I get to sit in my underwear, joint in hand, and interview religious girls like me on how much of our bodies and our lives we hide to protect our family's honor and sometimes our physical safety, and that's the fucked part, but how that has pushed us further into ourselves in a way that the free girls haven't had to, and how it has made every brush with sex and intimacy a holy ritual, not just 10 p.m. on a Sunday, and that's the blessed part. But I was stuck. I really wanted to do these things. So my genius plan was, let's just fucking do everything and deal with the consequences later. That's what I decided was a genius plan. And so that's what I did. And it was dark. And I felt alone and completely on fire and titillated and excited and depressed and everything all at once. And that is when the shift begins. I came here to do this, found you in a bar, told you that I never done this, please take me home now, I wanna lose it tonight. Put the wine to my lips, good girls don't do this, lay me on the couch with my legs to my chest, it's a sin, it's a mess, and it's mine. I came here to do this, listen to my hips while I listen to the moment, open my lungs and pull it inside. And all I could think was, Mama, what you gon' say, what you gon' say? What you gon' say, what you gon' say? Mama, what you gon' say, what you gon' say? What you gon' say, what you gon' say? And I could hear my mom saying, Ish, هيقولوا عليك الناس يقولوا عليك الناس إيش هيقولوا عليك الناس. What will they say about your honor, Rotana? إيش هيقولوا عليك الناس يقولوا عليك الناس إيش هيقولوا عليك الناس. Hey! I came here to do this, tap under my tongue, cause I'm looking for some new shit be in my body. I wanna move it tonight, I wanna move, hey. Sweating on my demons, leave them on the floor, cause I didn't really need them, they can just stay there. I love you, goodbye. Yo, I was in protest. I was full of angst and heat. I began to embody this narrative of Saudi girl fighting for her freedom. I sang, I wrote, I cursed, I gyrated, I sang, I cursed, I gyrated some more, and I talked to the press. And the press ate that shit right up because the press loves a protest voice. And don't get me wrong, I was inspiring millennials like me. It was really, really enriching in the Arab world and beyond that. And I felt like, fuck yeah, I'm supposed to be struggling through all of this to liberate all of these people. I grew very identified with that. And of course, I started to get backlash because it's really spooky when a woman is expressing herself in the way that I do. And you get the death wishes and all this hate mail, and the media and the entertainment industries kept coming back because they love the drama and the struggle. I was story-worthy. I was worthy of individualism, of attention, of expression. These industries were making space for me. America was making space for me, and I needed America to make space for me. I needed to stay legal in this country. I needed a green card, so I needed a shit ton of press. So I go along with this story, right? A year and a half of these stories. They all sounded the same, veiled in silence. Rotana now sings in the clubs of LA. A story of a victim liberated by America. And it's confusing because it's not all true and it's not all false. But a year and a half after that, that shit is not just a story. It sits on your skin like a thin layer of city pollution, and it seeps into your bloodstream, and you wake up one day and you are a victim. I was completely helpless, paranoid about what to say and who to be to secure my place here, obsessed with my individual, totally detached from source. When I touched myself now, it was dizzying and it was fast and it was scary. But don't worry, you're in America and it's so easy to medicate. Just take care of your individual, get better quick so you can produce. I was so fucking helpless, full of hope and desperation for the American dream. And it's so crazy because in so many ways, I feel like I jumped out of this one oppressive box in Saudi Arabia and straight into another one over here. I miss my family in this moment. I regress.
والسلام عليك يا حبيب الله محمد. ألف الصلاة والسلام عليك يا حبيب الله محمد.
Champagne dreams are made in America. Everything big like a movie poster. Live free, sex in the city. Brown girl, imagine America. Mezzanine seats, front seats at the opera. Bootstrap laces, I make a hustler. High heels, step on the ceiling. Brown girl can do it all in America. Ooh, and your flag moves, your moves so beautiful. It moves so beautiful. Well, wanna dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, wanna dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, wanna dance for me, dance for me. Hey! Brown girl comes to America. Chasing the pleasure, put God in a drawer. Wonder why she can't sleep halfway, too crazy. Oh, in America, you want salvation, ask your doctor. Oh, I just need my mama, touch the ground that I was raised on. Mr. Officer, tell me I'm free. I didn't come this far to be stuck in America. Ooh, so yes, I did fight for my liberation, but hear this loud when I say this. Hear this loud when I say this. My liberation did not come from a geographical shift from Saudi Arabia to America and then all of a sudden I was free. No. My liberation came from an internal shift in my mind, in my gut, in my heart, in my root chakra. I was the oppressor. I was the imaginary cage. When that shit really settles into your system, I wasn't resting in the struggle anymore. You want to know what I was doing? I was falling in love with an American boy. I was studying with a shaman. I was dropping so much acid in the middle of the desert with my face planted on the earth as I repeated over and over and over and over again with tears of joy streaming down my face. We did not come into this earth. We came from this earth. I was grappling with debilitating anxiety that I had betrayed my mother and my religion for something that might not even work. I was riding my sexual power with abandon, honor, and the utmost responsibility. I was living. And the truth is, that's me. This woman that's having a very delayed adolescence of sorts, pushing up against the walls of freedom and self-governance and who am I when my parents aren't looking and what is sex really? What the fuck is the female orgasm? What is alcohol? What are psychedelics? All these things that most people get to touch and taste and feel, engage and play with in their teens. That's me now. And it's been such a shit show and so gorgeous. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. And really, who isn't still a teenager? I mean, if you're not, congratulations. I don't know how you did it. Barely hit the pillow and I'm spinning like a toy top. I forgot to eat, but I remember to get fucked up. Chain around my neck is getting wet, cause I let it dangle while I throw up. Swear to God I wouldn't do it twice if he could save me. Woke up and I kissed a cigarette like it's my baby. Promises I break every day, cause I hate the way I'm feeling lately. Temper tantrums, nervous attachment, drinking poison, smoking the clouds away. And the way I go, my boyfriend's broken, love life is hopeless. I'm in the phase like every moment, oh. And the way I go, I think I'm still a teenager. I'm feeling like my own stranger. I just can't believe it. I think I'm still a stupid kid, just looking for a place to fit. Oh, will I ever grow up? If you pay attention, because I've really been paying attention, and you look at the way media and the entertainment industry speak to minorities and those of us that are underrepresented, the rhetoric oftentimes revolves around the struggle and the strife of it all. The questions that they ask us prompt us to revisit the trauma and the oppression. It keeps us small. It keeps us victim. It keeps us one-dimensional, as though it is human to only struggle. That is not the human condition, while those that are more represented get to talk about their hopes and their dreams and their tech companies and what the fuck they ate for breakfast, and somehow that's enough. Yo, I just want to shit and not have it mean anything. I feel like I have to be such a story to be here sometimes. I want to binge on high maintenance and order Thai food. I want to masturbate 3 times in a row when I'm anxious and wear crop tops and remember my first kiss. Who am I when I don't sensationalize my struggle? Can I love that person? Who am I when I don't sensationalize my story? Can I love that person? Can I name myself worthy in my fear of being too much? Worthy of 2 worlds pressed up against me, aware that I have to be a certain way to belong, but accepting neither. Worthy of being the brown girl late to her own party. Worthy of being unafraid of devotion. Unafraid to swing my arms and offer my heart. Worthy of Rotana. The woman who is so horny but can't have sex because she is blocked and or picky as fuck. I'm not quite sure. We'll figure that out. The woman who loves absolutely nothing, like loves doing absolutely nothing, and whose nickname is Fat Boy Ro. I love the woman that I am becoming, the story that I am becoming, the body that I am becoming. I am in love with it. I am in love with it. I'm so emotional, sorry. And I'm terrified that I tell this story and it comes off as just a sap narrative to feel sorry for, but I'm choosing to tell it anyways because home is not where you were born. Home is where all of your attempts to escape cease, and so it is not a place, but it is a moment as imperfect as this one, and I can't believe that I've arrived here. Thank you so much for being with me. My name is Rotana. Thank you. Give it up for Scott. If you'll have it, I would love to just sing one more song for you, please. This song doesn't have a place in the talk yet, but I just want to really highlight that oppressive systems are everywhere, not just in Saudi Arabia. They exist here. They exist in ourselves, in our lovers, and our mothers, and this one oppressive system existed in my ex-boyfriend. Bless him. This is Man Boy. Can you guys hear me okay? So now you wanna be a romantic. So now you got something to prove. So now I'm not there and there's nothing that you wouldn't do. 'Cause now you got something to lose. April I'd be, April I'd be, April I'd be over the moon. From summer to fall to the spring, and I don't want nothing from you. I'm too tired out to stick around. Got you where I wanted, but it's too late now. I'm too tired out to stick around. Got you where I wanted, but it's too late now. Turn a boy to another woman. Turn a boy to a man, another woman. Turn a boy to a man for another woman. She can have 'em. She can have 'em. So now you're not addicted to leaving. So now you figured out to stay. So now you slow down before you try to run away. Tell her I made you that way. And April I'd be, April I'd be, April I'd be over the moon. From summer to fall to the spring, and I don't want nothing from you. I'm too tired out to stick around. Got you where I wanted, but it's too late now. I'm too tired out to stick around. Got you where I wanted, but it's too late now. Turn a boy to a man for another woman. Turn a boy to a man for another woman. She can have 'em. She can have 'em. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott, thank you so much. Be well. Thank you.